Some people love him, some people don't. But we got to see another side of Elon Musk this past weekend as the host of Saturday Night Live. For a man that doesn't like to buy advertising, he finds ways to get in the news more than any other CEO that I can think of. Genius, relentless, and self-made, yes. But there's another side of him as well. We also found out he has Asperger's syndrome, which is a mild form of autism. As this video will reveal, Asperger's doesn't limit his intelligence, creativity, focus, or ability to change history. He is an extraordinary influencer, the likes of which we have rarely seen before in an entrepreneur. I know you've heard the expression, bet on the jockey and not the horse. Well, Elon Musk is probably the best jockey in the economic race right now. SNL host, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Tesla, SpaceX, The Boring Company, Neuralink, Hyperloop, and the list goes on. In this video, we're going to take a curious look at this extremely successful billionaire and discuss what makes him Elon Musk. This is going to be a fun one. I'm Chase. This is the MoonShot Money channel. Are you ready? Let's go. The latest news surrounding Elon is his hosting of the long-running show Saturday Night Live. For SNL, it was all about ratings, and by Sunday afternoon, there were more than 3 million views of his monologue on YouTube, and early ratings showed a big win for the live audience front too. That's outstanding, actually. We thought he did a really good job for someone who is normally not involved in what it takes to be on live television. Here's part of the monologue where he announced his disorder to the world.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be hosting Saturday Night Live. I mean that. Sometimes after I say something, I have to say, I mean that. So people really know that I mean it. That's because I don't always have a lot of intonation or variation in how I speak, which I'm told makes for great comedy. I'm actually making history tonight as the first person with Asperger's to host SNL. Or at least the first to admit it.
Elon had almost single-handedly elevated the cryptocurrency Dogecoin to an all-time high through purchases, statements, tweets, and memes. Dogecoin was created in 2013 as a joke.
The point is that Dogecoin was invented as a joke, as essentially to make fun of cryptocurrency. And that's why I think there's like an argument like fate loves irony. Like the most entertaining outcome is the most, like what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right.
Oh, wow.
No, absolutely.
So,
to the moon.
To the moon.
But recently, Elon said it would take over the world. A month ago, Doge was at 5 cents, just a nickel. And before this past weekend, it had skyrocketed to over 70 cents. Do the math. To us, it was incredible that so much profit was hanging in the balance and waiting on not the president, but Saturday Night Live. What would Elon say? Would Doge run to $1? It was actually a sign of the times that we're living in right now. Crazy town. Doge immediately began to tumble after Elon said this during the Weekend Update skit.
Thank you, Michael.
Well,
Call
now-
me the Doge Father.
Okay, Doge Father. So, hang on. So, we got some questions. So, for our viewers who may not know anything about this, what are cryptocurrencies?
They're a type of digital money, but instead of being controlled by a central government, they're decentralized using blockchain technology. And lately, prices have been soaring for cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and especially Dogecoin.
Oh, right. Now, what is Dogecoin?
Well, it actually started as a joke based on an internet meme, but now it's taken off in a very real way.
Okay, but what is Dogecoin?
Well, it was created in 2013 and has a circulating supply of 117 billion coins, of which 113 billion have already been mined.
Right, cool. So what is Dogecoin?
Yeah, like I said, it's a digital currency.
Like, okay, for instance, this is $1, right? It's real.
See, sorta.
Yeah,
Sorta
okay.
real. Yeah.
So what is Dogecoin?
About as real as that dollar.
Now, Colin, are you making any sense of this?
Well, I've actually been reading a lot about it, yeah, and I'm trying to diversify my investment portfolio. My question is, what is Dogecoin?
I'm glad you asked.
It's a good question.
Well, it's the future of currency. It's an unstoppable financial vehicle that's going to take over the world.
I get that, but what is it, man?
I keep telling you, it's a cryptocurrency you can trade for conventional money.
Oh, so it's a hustle.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
Why didn't you say that, man? Doge father, everybody. It's a hustle.
To the moon!
People were expecting the Doge father to push the coin to $1, but instead, Elon called it a hustle, not what was expected. On Sunday, though, May the 9th, the day after SNL, comes the strange follow-up news that SpaceX would launch the Doge 1 mission to the moon in Q1 of next year, and that SpaceX would be accepting Dogecoin as payment. Strange indeed, after the meme-inspired crypto had tumbled nearly 30% during his appearance on SNL. And the story continues for Dogecoin. Tesla made big news this year as they moved $1.5 billion of their cash treasury into Bitcoin in February, a bold move by Elon and the Tesla board. However, they also sold a portion in Q1 for $272 million in proceeds. The sale was intended to prove liquidity, they said. That was a 10% trim from their purchase in February. Not a bad way to make $272 million. Tesla will continue to accumulate Bitcoin through customer transactions as Tesla cars can now be bought with Bitcoin. Somehow again, Elon became big news in the Bitcoin story. Tesla is a young company by industry standards and using profits to expand their footprint by building more factories in Germany and Texas. The price tag for investors is high, but this could very possibly become the most successful company in the world. And then there's SpaceX, the company. How did Elon get his rocket science knowledge? When anyone asks him how he learned how to build space traveling rockets, he has a 3-word answer: I read books. I don't think there's another person on the planet that would even try to educate themselves on rocket science. Who would have even thought about that? After all, it is rocket science. Elon has a bachelor's degree in economics and another one in physics. He also was accepted into the Stanford PhD program, but he dropped out after 2 days. SpaceX was awarded a NASA contract to facilitate the moon lunar lander, but after rivals protested, the contract is now suspended until further notice. And so the SpaceX story continues. The planet Mars. What is Elon's hopes of colonizing the red planet all about? His plans involve making humans an interplanetary species. In December last year, he said that he was highly confident that SpaceX would land humans on Mars by 2026. The important thing, he added, was that we establish Mars as a self-sustaining civilization. That's a big idea. Here's a quick simulation.
This is a simulation of the overall system.
Colonizing Mars is undoubtedly the biggest idea that Elon has ever spoken out loud. Can he make it happen? Difficulties and hazards include radiation exposure during the trip and on the surface. Toxic soil, low gravity, distance to Earth, no water, cold temperatures, and oh yeah, you can't breathe. Despite all that, NASA, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and other space agencies are researching the possibilities of permanent settlements on Mars. It's more than a fantasy. There is real momentum there.
I came as soon as I could. What's the situation on Mars?
A solar storm, biggest we've ever seen. It caused significant damage to the colony.
And the life support systems are down. They're running out of air, sir.
The oxygen is dropping fast.
There's a backup O2 circulator outside the habitat. One of them just needs to turn it on.
The radiation levels outside are too high. It would be a suicide mission.
Sir, one of the colonists has volunteered. He's on Vox now.
So there are still heroes in this world. Hello, who am I speaking to?
Chad.
Chad, this is Elon Musk.
Who?
Elon Musk. I'm in charge of the whole Mars colonization project.
Oh, congrats.
Chad, I want to make sure you understand that you won't survive this mission.
Okay.
To save your fellow colonists, you'll have to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Sack.
Chad, this is Mitchum with Ground Command. Make your way to the airlock and begin exit procedures.
Okay.
I'm going to walk you through the procedure step by step. How do you feel?
Balls are sweaty.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now, before we turn the oxygen supply on, we need to vent the carbon dioxide. What's the pressure reading on the tank?
Boobs.
You broke up a little there, but this is very important. You'll need to pull the release lever slowly because of the pressure. Chad? Chad, are you all right?
All good.
Oxygen levels restored.
O2 levels are climbing. He did it!
Make the feed public. Everyone needs to see this. Chad, the world can see you right now. Do you have anything you want to say?
Safety.
Let the camera get a good look at your face, Chad. I want the world to see the man who gave everything to ensure that humanity's future will be among the stars.
Okay.
No, don't take your helmet off!
Oh, damn!
Well, I did say people were gonna die. I was never here.
The Boring Company, the first finished section of his project under Las Vegas, was unveiled in the press just a few days ago. It doesn't go far, only from one end of the Vegas Convention Center to the other, 4,475 feet. So what's the big deal? Remember, this is just the beginning of another big idea from this one man. His vision is much larger system of subterranean car tubes that would zoom Teslas silently under the busy streets of Vegas and many other cities someday.
The Boring Company's been working on ways to move people around underground. One version called Loop is about to open to riders, and I got a sneak peek.
Here I go for my first ride in the Boring Company Vegas tunnel.
40 feet below the Las Vegas Convention Center, the Boring Company has built 4 mini tunnels to whisk conference goers around. They can ride from the South Hall to the West Hall. That's a little under 1 mile each way. There's also a stop between the two at the Central Hall. The technology is not super futuristic. It's modified Teslas. I got to ride in a Model 3. Boring started working on this project 2 years ago, and they got it done in time for a big tech show that usually takes place every January. But not this year, COVID. So instead of techies, the first group that'll get to try out the Loop is a big concrete convention coming to town in June. The Boring Company says they want to build more tunnels like this, and they're working on cutting deals in other cities. So far, nothing has started construction. Elon Musk says that any city that gets one of his loops will get the latest tunnel boring technology. Boring also says their inventions make tunneling faster and cheaper, and tunnels can help us get around and cut back on clogged streets above ground. It's hard to tell how true that is from just one tunnel, but I'll say their approach has definitely made tunnels more fun. My driver, Nate, told me insiders call these strips the Rainbow Road. Next time I come, it could get a little bit more futuristic. One day, there won't be drivers like Nate. The convention center says the goal is for all the cars to drive themselves once the technology's foolproof and once people are okay with the idea. For now, it's back above ground and back to the craps table.
The first tunnel was completed in February of 2020 and the second one in May. Since then, the crews have been lining the tunnels and running electricity through them. When will this be open to the public? The plan is next month, this June. Then there is the Hyperloop designed by the joint efforts of SpaceX and Tesla teams. This proposed mode of transportation is a sealed tube or system of tubes with low air pressure, with a pod that could travel nearly free of air resistance or friction. The Hyperloop could potentially transport passengers at airline or hypersonic speeds. Can it happen? If Elon Musk decides to do something, he does it. I wish we all had that kind of determination, creativity, and hyper-focus. If we did, the world would be a much better place. Now, if you have not followed us over on Twitter yet, you can get all our breaking news info at MoonShot Money 1. It also takes a lot of time to research, script, film, edit, thumbnail, and upload these videos. So we sure would appreciate it if you took just a couple seconds to like this video down below. We would also love to have you join our Moon Crew family by subscribing. Okay, Neuralink. Recently, you probably saw a video of a monkey wired up with Neuralink and playing Pong with his mind. If you haven't seen it yet, here's a few seconds.
Allow Pager to do is to play his favorite video game, Pong. To control his paddle, on the right side of the screen, Pager simply thinks about moving his hand up or down. We've removed the joystick altogether. Now that he's up to speed, let's increase the difficulty and see how well Pager can play with the Neuralink.
That is crazy stuff right there. Elon said a tiny computer chip was placed into the monkey's skull and attached to his brain with tiny wires. In the near future, Elon wants to implant Neuralink chips into quadriplegics who have brain or spinal cord injuries so they can control a computer mouse or their phones just by thinking. This guy just keeps inventing and pushing the limits of possibility. People can measure the man in many ways, but you have to admit, Elon Musk is a combination of Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Edison for the 21st century. Does he have a rival out there anywhere? You can measure him by his companies and their successes, or his creative abilities and inventions. Measure him by his unrelenting focus and drive, or his world ranking of wealth. But all these measurements speak to the fact that he's the jockey most likely to win the race. If you can vote with your investing dollars, he has decades of races yet to be run. For now, Tesla is where you have to invest your dollars, but maybe soon we will have the opportunity to invest in other Elon Musk companies. I want to recommend to you the very first official biography of Elon Musk by Ashley Vance. This book is a fascinating listen as you hear about Elon's childhood, his decision making, and the way he managed to disrupt industries. If you are an Elon Musk fan, you've got to read or listen to this biography. If you don't already have an Audible account, here's what to do. Visit audible.com/moonshot money or text MoonShot Money to 500-500 to choose your plan and start a free trial today. If you're still watching this video about Elon, you'll love the Elon Musk biography. Earn more, save more, invest more, and give more. And remember, if you're not interested in your money, someone else is. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you on the moon.